Happy Tuesday. This is Christy Stevens and Jessica Johnson reporting to you on Tuesday Talks with Ti Ti.
I love the name personally.
If you come up with a different name that you could see for Tuesday's Talks with me, please make a comment below. But basically Tuesdays are going to be a day where I am going to be talking about what really matters for us at Jeans for Justice and how we see that out in our community. So today on Tuesday Talks with DT, I'm here with Jess, and we really want to talk about one of our Live It tenets, one of the pillars that helped us to build Live It and what we believe in, and that is cultivating leadership. This last Friday, we launched Live It this last Friday, if you didn't know, here in San Diego. And I thought, Jess, maybe you could tell me a little bit about the launch event, but more specifically around how we at J4J cultivate leaders, how that even happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was really interesting. So I've been really sitting and reflecting with all this different feedback. And what I really started to recognize in terms of our wins and takeaways is that truly, Jeans for Justice and Live It are a playground essentially for leaders to get cultivated and for people to explore and push their leadership edge. So every single person that took the stage, we invited them onto the stage, and we invited them onto this stage not just to do a performance in the way that they were necessarily comfortable with, but we asked them to create experiences and to share their personal stories and share their spoken words and just all these different ways for them to come in and share their gifts and create experiences and in ways that they'd never done. We didn't rehearse it, we didn't fine tune it, it was just raw, it was real. Jeans for Justice isn't about putting on performances, we're about real life, we're about pushing people to step into the unknown, into the mystery, into the places that are maybe uncomfortable, unexplored, and allowing them to be received, seen, and held there. And so even though I walked away feeling a little bit like, oh my gosh, did we really set people up to win? I really feel like, yes, we did, because what we created was raw and real, and it's what leadership looks like. Sometimes leadership is challenging and uncomfortable, and I really feel like what we've been creating is this safe space for people to explore their leadership edge.
Thank you, Jess. Yeah. And so what's possible when people explore their leadership edge? What have you seen transform throughout providing people that platform to explore that on?
Well, I think it breaks down the barriers and allows people in leadership roles to be vulnerable. So when they're pushing their leadership edge and they're in their discomfort, they're being real about it, there allows this permission for other people that are influenced by them or inspired by them to really see the leader inside of themselves. Because sometimes if we're so overly polished and everything's perfect, people feel like, well, I could never achieve that level of mastery. I could never sing like that or dance like that or speak like that or MC like that. But when we push our leadership edge and we allow ourselves to be raw and real in that leadership, in that mystery, then all of a sudden that barrier and that illusion of separateness, it goes away. And I think that the masses can really find the leader and feel the leader and see the leader inside of themselves. And that's what I believe we need right now to create true lasting impact and lasting change, is for these illusions of what a leader looks like to be broken down, so that we can really see that leadership comes from a place of vulnerability, of creativity, of courage, of passion, and of just willingness and desire to get uncomfortable.
Hell yes. So can you share with me, I know it might be a little bit challenging, but can you share with me just one person who impacted you in the way they showed up as a leader on Friday?
Oh my gosh, there were so many. So one person that really inspired me, I mean they all did in different ways, but was Mishi, and it was because Mishi took on something new. Everybody would expect that Mishi, as the dance captain, would do a dance performance or lead a guided dance exploration. But what he really did is he challenged himself to do something he's passionate, and really talked about the shame that is attributed to people not expressing themselves through movement, and we tried something totally different and new from the stage for the first time, just trusting that it would create something meaningful and powerful. And he called me the next day and was just thanking me for giving him that space and that opportunity to just push his leadership edge. And I was so inspired. I'm wondering, what about for you? Who is the person that really inspired you?
So for me, I echo what Jess said. I mean, there's so many people, but really the person who stuck out to me was Lauren Duke. And the reason for that is Lauren Duke is a person who, I mean, she's a yoga instructor. She leads hundreds in yoga classes. She's such a leader in the yoga community. And last year she was our Live It coach. So she coached 300 people. 350 people in a yoga class. And when she came up on stage, what she shared with us all is that speaking on stage in front of her group scares her to death. And I really honor her for that, because I had no idea. In my mind, Lauren was like used to being on stage and very open, and she got up there and she was really nervous, and she did it anyways. And she shared her story and why this matters to her. And that to me is just a huge leadership edge, and that also gave me permission to, be scared doing something and do it anyways and see the impact it has. So yeah, that was my inspirational leadership moment from Friday. So
thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
And I would we like to end these videos with a call to action. And in this moment, I'm just feeling really called to invite you guys, especially the people that were there, to comment on who at that event inspired you and who you watched push their leadership edge, whether it was a volunteer who is just behind the scenes making things work, pushing their leadership edge, or whether it was Chelsea or Matt, the high-tech high students that got up on stage in front of 100 adults and did their vulnerable spoken word, or whether it was Dallas or Mike Spear, or any of the people that were at the event. We invite you who were there to comment and really share who inspired you to take on your own leadership.
And if you weren't at the event, comment on someone that has impacted you in that way, that you've seen that inspired you. Because it all is important, it all matters, and being able to acknowledge someone is something that I don't think we take a lot of time to do, but can have a really great impact on ourselves and those around us. So
acknowledge them and tag them.
Does she know about it?
Yes, tag them up, people.
I just did a weird wink. She doesn't know that, but you do.
We're gonna edit that out.
No.
Okay. So thank you guys for joining us with Tuesday Talks with Ti Ti, and you can expect these every Tuesday. All good content, so hope you enjoy.
And tune in on Friday, because Friday is fun with the founder.
Oh, that's a good title. See, okay, you guys need to respond to Tuesday Talks with Ti Ti. Good, but I think we can do better. So please reply. Sorry. Bye.
It was so would be.
That's an interesting ring.
Hello.